Hey everybody, it's Christina from Creations with Christina. Today I wanted to share with you how I made this little muslin bag. My sister was making a pair of earrings for my niece for her birthday, and she asked if I would make a gift box or a bag or something for her to put the earrings in. So I decided to use this muslin bag, and I put a Made with Love tag on it, so I thought I would share with you how I did that. I'm using the muslin bags. They're mini muslin bags. They come in the holiday catalog, and they measure 4 inches by 5.5, and they come in a package of 8. So I'm going to make another one of these because I'm also going to give her a little something small as well. So I'm using the little heart that is in this Kind and Cozy stamp set, along with baked brown sugar for this one. So I am going to go ahead and stick a piece of scrap paper inside the bag just so that the ink doesn't bleed through to the other side. So I'm just sticking that in there. I'm going to take my stamp and go ahead and start stamping the baked brown sugar all over the front of my bag. And I'm just doing it in a little bit of a background pattern here. Alright, so I'm just going to set that aside for the time being. You can see some of the color bled off onto my paper here. So that's why I put the cardstock in there, to keep it from bleeding through into the other side of the bag. So I'm just going to set that aside to dry. I'm going to take a piece of cardstock here, and this is the Very Vanilla, along with some dies. This comes from the Chalk Talk die set, and what I love about these sets is it comes with all of these little tabs so you can make tags out of your die cuts, and they would work pretty much. I mean, if you wanted to even coordinate it with a punch, you could even take this one of the, maybe the circle, and make a little tag out of your punch shape too. So this is what I really like about this die set. So I'm going to take the smallest of the holes that can go up at the top here, and I'm just going to line this up and line this right up to the top, and then take a piece of washi tape, and I'm going to run this through my Big Shot machine. Alright, so I ran that through my Big Shot, and now I made a little tag, and it has the little reinforced the little hole in the top. So I'm going to take the other piece of this scrap paper, and I'm going to do some more stamping. I'm going to take the Happy Birthday that comes in the Hostess banner and greeting stamp set, and I'm going to stamp that in the crisp Cantaloupe. So it stamps beautifully. I love the Stampin' Up ink. They're just great stamped images. Now as that dry, it'll fade out a little bit. And then I'm also going to take the baked brown sugar again and use that heart stamp one more time. And I'm going to stamp that out as well. So you can't really see the polka dots on the muslin bag because of the texture of it. But one thing I did find is that the small heart punch works great with this stamp. So I love using that. And then I'm going to take a pair of scissors and just use my scissors to cut out my tag. Okay, so I cut out my Happy Birthday, and I have the little heart. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere the Happy Birthday straight down onto my tag. And I'm just going to put it right down towards the bottom. And then I'm going to grab a dimensional, and I will pop up my little heart here, and that's a little big. So let me just grab my scissors, and we're going to take a little piece from the side. Perfect. And then I'm going to put that right above that banner. So cute. And then I have a piece of twine here, and that's going to get fed right through the hole. which I will then feed through the ribbon that I'm going to sew onto my bag. Okay, so I did heat set this a little bit just to make sure that the ink was dry. I have a piece of this stretchy ribbon that's in the baked brown sugar, and I happen to have some thread that actually matches this ribbon perfectly. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's Gutermann or Gutterman. Its number is 825. You can get this at Joann's, but it matches perfectly. And I even have one that matches the what's this called? Cantalope perfectly too, and that one's 370 is the color for that one. So if you're looking for thread that matches your Stampin' Up colors, those two I know match perfectly. So what I'm going to do is just hand stitch. You could take this to your sewing machine if you want to, but I'm just going to go ahead and hand stitch. So actually I need to start on the inside. Let me get my thread through here first. And what I'm doing is just taking the thread and lining it up right with the seam that holds the rope in place for our muslin bag. So I'm just going to go ahead and hand stitch this on here. Alright, so I'm getting to the end of my ribbon piece, and I'm just going to kind of sew my two ends together, so hopefully you won't see the end pieces. So I happen to cut this piece perfectly to the right size, so I'm just going to kind of trim this a little bit, and then I'm going to kind of try to sew these two pieces together. So you really won't see the seam too much. And it's on the side of the bag, so you won't really notice it, and then I'll just knot it off. Alright, so what I did was I took a piece of twine and just fed it through my needle, and now what I'm going to do is just stick this in between some of the stitches so it's going behind my ribbon. And it's just using it to pull my thread through a little easier. I could have put that on while I was doing my hand stitching, but for me it was just easier to put it on afterwards, mainly because I forgot. So anyway, so I'm just going to put my tag on there that I made, and then I'm going to tie a little bow. Trim off these pieces here, and then I just pull this a little tighter, and that's how I made my little muslin gift bags. That one's going to be used for my sister to put a pair of earrings in that she made for my niece, and I'm going to use this to stick a little something. It can be even great for a gift card too. So that's how I made my little muslin bags. This is the one done in the crisp cantaloupe, and this one's done in baked brown sugar. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see everybody next time.